What's up, Peace Giant fans? Uh, what can I say? We um we won a hard fought, gritty, dirty, ugly game today. And to all the naysayers uh that said we weren't for real, um that you know we weren't a top tier team, to hell with you. You know, um, we beat a good Baltimore Ravens team. Kayvon Thibodeau finally showed up with a strip sack. Leonard Williams recovered it. It started with Julian Love with his interception. Should have been a pick six, but he got tackled inside the 10. Um, Good clock awareness by Saquon. He could have scored, but he dived, slid right down at the 1 yard line, let Baltimore take another timeout. A lot of people will say score that and go up 11, because Baltimore still can't catch you. But the Giants wanted to make sure. Um, I mean, it was a hell of a game. It was a hell of a game, and the Giants showed in the second half uh, that they can make adjustments, that they can make the right adjustments, and they're a second half football team. They're going to stay close in the first half, and in the second half, they're going to overtake you and win the game. And this was no this was no this wasn't luck. This wasn't a fluke. They just made the plays. You know, they got a tough one next week. So we'll see how they do. But being 5-1, all I gotta do and all I got to say is OBJ come back home. If you're watching, if you watch YouTube, and I know you do, come back home. The Giants do not have a clear-cut number one wide receiver. You will obviously be that. You will be reunited with Saquon. And, I mean, I doubt it, but, Sterling Shepard will probably get cut, but you'll be back in the Giants organization. And the Giants didn't want you to go. That was David Gettleman. Gettleman's gone. The Mara family liked you. Come back home, brother. We need you. You're the thing that could put us over the top. You're the player that we need to put us over the top. Because Kenny Golladay is non-existent. Kadarius Toney is always hurt. Wendell Robinson, we had a sighting today. Darius Slayton made a couple of plays, dropped a couple of balls, but he made a couple of plays at the end. But you'll definitely be the clear-cut number one. Come back home, brother. We need you. We really need you. I heard rumors that he's thinking about Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore, Green Bay. And you can make cases for all of those teams. But you have history with the New York Giants. Good history. Besides that scuffle and skirmish with Josh Norman, you have good years with the New York Football Giants. Come back home, brother. We need you. The fans love you. You're a New Yorker. I mean, we embraced you as a New Yorker. It'd be storybook. You couldn't write a better tale than to come to the New York Giants, than to come back home. Why go to these other teams and playing in cold weather when you could go back to the Giants? Kansas City's cold. Green Bay is cold. Baltimore gets cold. I mean, come back to the Giants, brother. We'll welcome you with open arms, man. But getting back to what I saw today, I saw a gritty New York Giants football team. Daniel Jones basically played error-free. He basically didn't have no turnovers. He threw no interceptions. He threw 2 touchdown passes. I believe it was 170 yards. Saquon was bottled up pretty much because I don't think he was hitting the hole hard enough. He was doing too much dancing. He should have been one cut, bounce to the outside, get busy. And normally I'm the first critic for Saquon bouncing runs to the outside. But this is a game that it should have been done, because him running up the middle with Calais Campbell and them boys in the middle, it wasn't happening. And Matt Breida, he's serviceable. He made a hell of a play where he got popped on like the 20-yard line. But he's not Saquon. He doesn't have that burst, that speed. He's serviceable, and he's a good backup. But it was a good win, a gritty win. We're 5-1, and we should be 6-0 because we should have beat Dallas. And shoulda, woulda, coulda. It is what it is. But we're 5-1. Those are facts. We're one of the best teams in the NFC. Those are facts. And next week, we got a tough one. It's on the road, but we're going to keep rolling. Brian Daboll is going to be listening to Notorious B.I.G. again, Juicy, in the locker room with the players. And I'm just happy, man. The only thing that I can say about this is that the season is early. We're only 6 games into the season, and we got 11 more to go. And we might have played ourselves out of the quarterback race with C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, and Will Levis. The Giants seem to be happy with Daniel Jones, so maybe they go the route of Kelly Ringo, the corner, which we definitely could use to pair him up with Adoree Jackson since James Bradbury left for Philly. Freaking traitor. But, Fabian Moreau, he got torched. Aaron Robinson, I believe, is out for the season. So we really don't have that depth at corner. That's why Dane Belton is playing a lot. We're playing a lot of 3 safety with Dane Belton, Julian Love, and Xavier McKinney. So we might go the route of Kelly Ringo. But I'm happy, man. And if you're a Giant fan, you got to be happy about this win. It was a dirty, hard-fought win, and we came out on top. And we're 5-1, and we're still breathing down Dallas and Philly's throat. And Dallas and Philly play tonight. So one of them is going to lose. So we'll be in second place. And, well, if Philly loses, we'll be tied. If Dallas loses, we'll be in second place. And I can't say enough about this Giant team. Compared to how they were last season with Joe Judge, compared to now, is like night and day. You know? And to do this without Azeez Ojulari, he was out. You know, and you don't make excuses for football, but he didn't play, you know, and Kayvon Thibodeau had a really big strip sack at the end, which sealed the game for us. And hopefully he can start to live up to the hype of being the 5th overall pick in the first round. Evan Neal played good. The offensive line played good. Feliciano went out with an injury. They made adjustments. They put Bredesen in at center, and put Joe Azuda in, who played well. So they got depth on the offensive line. They got youth on the offensive line. Andrew Thomas didn't give up a sack. Evan Neal gave up a couple of pressures. He's still raw. He's still learning. But Evan Neal is going to have it down come midway through the season and beyond. I'm not worried about that. And Saquon, what can you say? I mean, a healthy Saquon is the best running back in the NFL. I know people like Christian McCaffrey. I know people like Najee Harris or Derrick Henry. But a healthy Saquon is the best back in football. Hands down. Talent-wise, effort-wise, result-wise, however you look at it. And right now, I mean, we're 5-1, baby. We're 5-1, you know? And we went from the NFC least to the best division in football, in my opinion. You know, we got 3 good teams. I hate the top 2, but we got 3 good teams in our own division, you know. And I mean, what can you say? You know. So on that note, you know, I'm gonna enjoy this victory. I'm gonna enjoy us being 5-1 and wait for next week. I'm gonna look at my fantasy squad, see how they did, both teams. One guy, I'm crushing him. I mean, he came out and tried to make a trade with me. Let me tell you real quick what this clown did. First, he wanted to comment in my email, in my inbox, about a trade I made with another gentleman. Now, what I do with my trades is I propose a trade, and then I tell the person, if there's a player on my roster that you would like included, let me know. I'll think it over and see what I could do. The gentleman was fine with the trade, and we made the trade. And I think it was Chase Claypool and it was Chase Claypool and Drake London, I think, for Leonard Fournette. And now Chase Claypool started off slow, but he's had a touchdown the past couple of weeks. Now, this gentleman was like, oh, you should have offered Garrett Wilson and blah, blah, blah. And that's what I would have done. And I told him, I said, number one, this isn't your fantasy team. Now, ironically, I checked my inbox yesterday, and guess who I have a trade request from? The same gentleman. Trying to trade me Jared Goff from the Lions, Swift from the Lions, and Alvin Kamara for Jalen Hurts and Justin Jefferson. I was like, are you on crack? Are you on crack? Now, number one, I have OBJ, who hasn't picked a team yet, and he's still rehabbing. I have Nuke, a.k.a. DeAndre Hopkins, but he's still on suspension. So the only other receiver I have is Justin Jefferson besides Michael Thomas. And Michael Thomas is out with a toe injury. So I was like, no. I was like, I need another wide receiver. So he didn't respond. So it's just comical. Fantasy football is comical. It's just really comical. But I just wanted to share that with y'all. But I know I got off topic. But we won a good game today. We won a hard-fought game. And all I could say is I'm ecstatic to be a Giant fan. I really am. I went from wearing bags over my head last season with Joe Judge to actually being happy that I'm a Giant fan and wearing this blue with pride. So, on that note, peace. I'm out, and I'll talk to y'all next week. Hopefully, we'll be 6-1. All right. God bless.